Hello folks, I've recently done some videos about the rising cost of car insurance, and one of the big reasons behind those rising costs are accident management companies. Now these are companies that basically you sign over to act on your behalf to deal with your car insurance claim, and in return they promise you'll have a much better courtesy car, your insurance won't go up while this is being dealt with, all these kind of things. Lots of them they shouldn't be saying to you, lots of them are not the best advice, and pretty much all of it pushes up the price of everyone's insurance going forwards. Now they're not all crooks, lots of accident management companies are operating well within the law, neither are they always what they claim to be, and it's not always in your best interest to use an accident management company. Now a viewer got in touch with me earlier today and I was so sort of intrigued by her story, and I can make all the videos in the world talking about these things, but sometimes you need to hear it from someone themselves. And her story basically is that she's had an accident, a non-fault accident. Someone's driven into the back of her on a motorway just outside Edinburgh. She's then Googled her insurer's claim line number, couldn't get through, so Googled again to see if she could find a second number, found another one, rang it, no one answered, and then she got a text message saying please call this number to discuss your car insurance claim, and everything's worded as if it has come from her insurer. She then speaks to this company who she thinks are her insurer. They're not, they're a car accident management service, and they eventually put her in touch with a solicitor, and I just want you to hear from her how this went down. This is a very intelligent person, and we'll touch on that at the end of this video, so don't think that this is someone that's easily fooled. And she explains in this how through reading the documentation that they eventually sent to her, she could have been liable for thousands of pounds had the claim not turned out as she'd hoped. So let's check that out now.
Go ahead.
Okay, folks, so I'm here on a call with Zainab now, who contacted me earlier today and just explained an experience she'd had where she's unfortunate enough to have a non-fault accident in her car. She's basically thought she's reported it to the insurer, but not all is what it seems to be. So, Zainab, why don't I hand over to you and you tell us what happened and how you got in touch with the company you got in touch with.
So yeah, I have my insurance app in my phone, but for some reason, I don't know why I didn't use it to call the phone helpline within it, and I don't know why I went to Google, and I was just out of the accident and I was like a little bit of a shock, and I was trying to understand what's going on. And so I put my insurance name and I put like a helpline, and that was came up. So I found that number. They asked me about my policy number, and for security reasons we need the date of birth and my address and everything. And he said it looks like it's not your fault because the driver, he hit you in the back, so it's definitely not your fault, but to come and to do the car repairs on your insurance, that will increase your premium, and that will not be a good thing for you. So how about we transfer you to a third party who will take care of your car repairs, and they will give you a courtesy car, and you will not have to deal with the insurance or anything because it will be them, and they are gonna bill the insurance for your own benefit, and they will repair your car, blah 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 blah. For an hour he was talking to me, which is made it like I am in heaven. Okay, he didn't mention anything about what kind of agreement. He didn't mention anything what's the pay, like in between the lines,
Yeah, so you just assume that they're going to do everything for you, and then the person that drove into the back of you, they'll go to their insurance company, get all the money back. No issues for you, nothing for you to do.
Basically, that was it. And we will arrange for a recovery car to come and pick your car. Where is your car now? I was like, my car is at home. And why you want to pick? So we can fix it. So it will be in the line in the garage to be fixed first thing. And I was like, no, I don't want anyone to come now because no, I'm not in any condition to deal with anyone. Okay.
Yep.
And it was Sunday afternoon and miserable day, very rainy in Edinburgh, and
Right, hold on. It was raining in Edinburgh. This is the real news. Wow, I'm shocked.
yeah, you don't know the rain here in Edinburgh. It's
I do.
amazing.
I do.
Once it's started, it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, leave it for tomorrow. I need just to relax, to calm down, and to see what's going on. And I told him I don't want a courtesy car, and he was like, no, you should have the courtesy car. If you don't take it now, then we will not arrange it for you later because the insurance will challenge that, why she rejected it in the beginning and why she wants it now. And you don't have the car, you will need your car for lots of stuff. And he kind of like, and he referred me to another one to talk me out of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, okay. He said, just take it, put it in the front of your house. You don't need to drive it. Just in case of emergency, if you needed a car, at least you have a car. And I was like, and he said, and you're not going to pay anything.
Yep.
All the insurance, the third party insurance will pay for it. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Who would decline this amazing thing, you know?
Of course, yeah.
The document arrived from the people they referred me to.
Yep.
Let's say they are ex-solicitors, okay? And ex-solicitors, they send me the document, and the document, let me read it. It's called the Credit Hire Rental Agreement.
Yep.
Okay. It's basically, they are gonna overly charge. What they are charging is for 80 days. The charge per day, exclusive of the VAT, or whichever, is a £200 per day. Collision damage waiver per day is £24. Glass tire and lights protection per day, inclusive of the VAT, is 25.2. So I was like, okay, can someone please talk to me and explain to me why my name is on this? That's just our standard template, and you don't need to worry about. It's all the third-party insurance. I was like, okay, you know the third-party insurance, why their name is not there? You're gonna charge them. Why my name is on that, you know? That doesn't sound like they are gonna pay. Seems like I am the one who's gonna pay, okay? And they said, no, it's just a standard. I was like, okay, give me someone to explain to me what would happen if the insurance refused to pay this amount. They have to, and you don't need to be worried about that. You're not the first one to deal with that. We have lots of clients, and this is our standard template, and you don't need to worry. I was like, okay. And I really appreciate that. The driver at fault insurance, they called me.
Yeah.
They are the one who called me. They are the one who were looking after me.
Yeah. And the sad thing here is the other person's insurer will get in touch whenever they can, whenever they've got details to get in touch. They'll generally get in touch with you because they want to control the claim, because so many of these accident management companies are around now that it's very, very difficult. And they just basically get in the middle of a claim that would have progressed perfectly well on its own and hike up all the costs. And that insurer might be able to give you a hire car for £50 a day, £60 a day. Instead, they get a bill for £300 a day. You have it for longer than you want it. They'll try and get you to, they might encourage you to possibly have an injury, anything like that, because they're going to put fees on top of absolutely everything to just
I don't understand why.
It's just to extract money from the insurance companies.
They are taking advantage of my own accident to rob another company.
Hmm.
If the other company refused to pay that, then I have to do the billing. We will repair your car. We will give you the courtesy car. You don't need to go through your insurance, so your premium will not go up.
See, that's a terrible bit of advice in the first place, and that's something they should definitely not be doing, because if you have an accident, you have to tell your insurers. Even if you choose to deal with the third party insurers, you have to tell your insurers.
But
Like,
that's the thing is, I thought I'm talking to my insurance.
yeah, yeah,
And I submitted my complaint to my insurance, trying to understand why they were trying to put me in such a financial difficulty.
mm,
And on top of my accident, the response I get, we never been in contact with you. The
yeah,
only time we heard about your accident is through the ex-solicitors.
yeah.
Then who am I was talking to?
Yeah. So it seems like you may have Googled your insurer's claim line, and a third party company has basically paid for ads, or they're using something to get up on Google so that they appear, and that
And
you then ring that number. Yeah, as we said before we started recording, you ring the number, nobody answered, and then you get a text message saying, "Please call us about your accident."
yeah, and then when I Googled the number that I called in the first time, which is a week ago from today,
Mhm.
it doesn't exist.
So they've changed it already.
Yes,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist. And then they referred me to ex-solicitors. So ex-solicitors is working with them. I don't know what's called mafia scammers. Like that's weird. Like that's weird situation to
So
deal
what?
with.
Yeah, the although the way that they've got your information, and if they've ever pretended to be your insurer at any point, that's all completely illegal. An accident management company, a claims management company, is completely legal, and indeed some brokers will, even if you go to a broker and report that you've had a car accident, a broker may even pass you on to one of them, because maybe they're getting some commission from them for sending you over. And all it does is increase the cost of every claim. And then in turn, it increases the cost of everyone's car insurance. And it's a big, big part of why car insurance is going up so much right now, is because there are these bottom feeding companies out there right now just pushing up the cost of claims, taking advantage of situations, and it's just a sorry state of affairs. My advice: if you ever have a car accident again, only speak to your insurer. So you get the number from the policy booklet that you've got, or the policy document. Only ever call that number. If you can't get through, call it back another time. Don't respond to a text message coming from it, anything like that. And by all means, speak to the third party insurer as well. Because sometimes it's quicker just to deal directly with the third party insurer, but you must always inform your insurer. But I think it's really, I mean, you contacted me today because you want more people to know about this.
I reported it to my insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I reported it to the driver insurance as well, because they contacted me asking me if they represent me. I was like, no, they don't represent me, and I declined their documents. And if they try to talk to you on my behalf, refer them to me or tell them. And I even provided them with an email of me declining their service.
Yeah.
That was like, please don't interact with them because they are not my solicitors.
So the other people you could report them to would be the Law Society for the solicitors, and the FCA for the claims management company.
Thank you very much. That will be on my list now.
And just in case anyone's watching this thinking, oh, I'd never be fooled by that. How could someone possibly fall into that? You're not probably the easiest person to fool, are you? Look, just tell people your education.
I have a PhD in petroleum engineering, and I fell for it.
Yeah.
And I fell for it very easy. And the guy I was talking to on the phone He rang me the second day, he rang me the third day, and he rang the fourth day when I told him, no, I declined the documents and I'm gonna go with the driver insurance. He get annoyed and upset.
Mm.
No, 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 you should, they will take advantage of you. They will provide you with the second-hand replacement. I was like, no, they did not.
Yeah.
They gave me the phone of the rental company and they told me to pick the car that I want. So
Yeah.
I did the calculation and the ex-solicitors will benefit £15,779 from the insurance.
Yeah.
And if the insurance doesn't want to pay that, it will be me, which is the cost of my own car.
I can make all the videos in the world warning things about people, but sometimes it's only when they hear it from the horse's mouth, you know, that they really understand it and how it works and why it works. And yeah, it's a really good piece of advice for people just to speak to their insurers, speak to the third party insurer, make sure you get that number from your policy document, or you get it from the app on your phone, and just use that number. Don't call any other number. Don't Google it to look for a number. Just use that number that you find on the app on your phone, on your policy document, or on the actual insurer website. Because these kind of things are absolutely rife. As I said, it may be that your broker even pushes you into using an accident management company. They're not all complete vultures. There are some that serve some kind of purpose. But 9 times out of 10, it's so much easier for everyone, so much better for everyone if you just deal direct.
I wish everyone all the best, and thank you very much, Jim, for taking this time to talk to me.
No problem. Absolute pleasure. So there you go, folks. I touched on it in that video, but really best advice here is if you're involved in a non-fault accident, the only people you should ever be speaking to are the third-party insurer and your insurer, and get those numbers from tried and tested sources such as their own websites. Car accident management services are really there to drive up the cost of a claim. That's how they make their profit. And all that really does to everyone is drive up the cost of their insurance. As I said at the start of this video, lots of them are operating completely sort of within the terms of the law, but as we heard there, I think this one sounds very, very sketchy indeed. They're often tied to a legal firm. They sometimes are a legal firm with a different entity at the front end. But some of the practices that I certainly have heard about and that we've heard about in this video are very sketchy, and you'll find life much, much easier just dealing direct with insurers. I hope you found this one useful, folks, and massive thanks again to Dr. Zainab for actually joining us on that call and allowing me to video that and share it all with you. All she wanted from this was for more people to be aware that things like this were around so that they don't fall into the same trap as she almost did. So thanks again to her, really appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one.